I had an incident recently involving a police person. So check it. I'll just give you the skinny of it, right? I'm riding my bike, right? Downtown Toronto. I'm in the bike lane. I'm approaching a red light. And as I'm approaching the red light, I notice that there are two bike cops blocking the bike lane, right? So the light has turned red. There's two bike cops pretty much at the intersection, like right in front of the intersection, right by the red light. So I, not wanting to get involved or close to policemen doing their police business, I stop like maybe, 6 feet behind them. And the one bike cop goes, "Oh, sir, you can move up in front of us. You can move up in front of us." He was like right at the line. There was no room. There was obviously no room. They're conducting police business. And he's telling me, "Oh, you can move up. You can move up right in front of us. You can move right up in front of us, sir." There's no room and the light's red. There's cars going. I look at him and I go, well, the light's red. And he goes, "I know the light's red. I'm saying that you can move in front of us, it's like, where? Like, I'm thinking to myself, where? Like, where in front of you? There's the intersection and cars whizzing by. There's like no room. That's what I'm thinking to myself, right? Again, he goes, "Well, you can move up in front of us. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I know that the light's red, but you can move in front of us." Right? So I'm just like, when the light turns green. Waited for the light to turn green. Then I carried on my way. I rode around him and continued. It was odd. I mean, first of all, I don't know who was right. I don't know who was wrong. It wasn't a huge deal. But first of all, it was not obvious. Like, as I explained, they were right at the intersection. They were right at the red light. There was no room. They were conducting police business. It made no sense for me to get up in there. It made more sense for me to be, 6 feet back. Now he's ordering me around. "You can go up in front of us. You can go up in front of us." It's like, dude, you're blocking the bike lane. If you weren't cops, the obvious thing would be like, "Yo, why are you stopped in a bike lane? If you're going to park your bike and get off and stand around, why not on the sidewalk? Why in traffic?" But they're policemen. They're on police business. I don't know what's going on. Right? But the obvious thing, if they weren't cops, was like, fucking move. You're in the middle of the fucking bike lane. It wasn't obvious. And he's talking at me like it's obvious. Like, "Hey, get over here and get in front of us." And again, commanding me. It's like, dude, I mean, don't forget who you work for, sir. Like, tax-paying citizen, minding my own business. I mean, how about a please? Like, since when do I jump to your orders, buddy? I'm not in your regiment. I'm not your dog. I pay your fucking bills. I'm a part of the tax-paying public who pay your bills, buster. Like, how about, "Sir, can you please?" Don't just park your bike in the middle of a bike lane and block traffic and stand around and just start ordering people around. Like, come on, buddy. It's not obvious what you're doing over there. I mean, and my thought would be like, and I guess maybe the issue was he didn't like somebody parking a bike behind him. You know, he would rather have a person in front of him. But it's like, hey, look, Buster, if a man on a bicycle threatens you, Cupcake, maybe you're not cut out for being a policeman. Oh my God, a bicyclist. A cyclist. 6 feet behind me. Like, if you're a little squeamish, pal, maybe this ain't the industry for you. Okay? Fucking, it's 6 p.m. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I mean, the sun, it's still pretty light out. It's summertime. Like, what's the big deal, buddy? Maybe you're a little squeamish. Maybe this ain't the job for you, buddy. And, maybe you should use some common sense if you don't want to be like he parked hurriedly. He parked in a hurriedly, just right in the middle of a bike lane, all angsty. It's your problem. It's your issue. If you were thinking, you would obviously clear the bike lane. Take the bike, put it on the sidewalk. That way, oncoming traffic is free to go. But no, you block the bike lane right at the intersection, and you expect people to know what the obvious cue is. It's not obvious. So, I don't know. Another moment of bike lane bonanza. I'm riding my bike. Again, I'm in the bike lane. I see this couple. They come off the curb and they're stomping. It's obvious that they're in an argument. It was like a Ken and Barbie moment. It was like, some white boy, square jaw, handsome looking fella. And then this Barbie, this blonde, pretty little thing stuffed into a pink dress, like a pink cocktail dress. But they were obviously in an argument or something, right? They're a couple at war. And, they're huffing and puffing and they're walking towards me. She's in the bike lane. He's like in the other lane. I don't know. Like there was like an island meridian, like an island parking, if that makes sense. Like it was kind of it was like there was an island, laneway, kind of a clusterfuck. So, he's walking towards me. She's in the bike lane, whatever, right? And I could feel that anger and angst, the couple, they're fighting, they're at war. So I just kind of took it easy, kind of swerved out of their way, gave them their space, and continued. And she was stomping on, and she really made it clear, like, I'm not moving. I don't give a fuck if I'm in the bike lane. I'm walking. She's huffing and puffing and chucking, walking, right? And I was just thinking to myself, like, how crazy that is. It's like, she's all mad and she's all in a tizzy and she's in the bike lane and she's obviously wrong. And the message is like, fuck you, move. You move for me. So strange. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like just stepping off a curb into a bike lane and walking as a bike is oncoming and just being like, whatever, fuck you, move. I don't give a fuck if I'm walking in the bike lane. Fucking move. I'm coming through. Like crazy egos, right? That's the same with that cop. It's like, dude, I know you're a policeman, but it's like, come on, dude. You parked in the bike lane recklessly. You expect me to know what the fuck you want me to do? And you want to bark orders at me? Come over here. Like, just, no, I'm not going to come over there just because you told me to. Or jump because you say jump. Like, you're parked like an idiot. I'm waiting for the green light and then I'm going. Fuck off, right? So, what I learned from that was like the best thing to do, and it's always the best thing to do when you're dealing with people, is have patience. Patience. It's not easy because it's a matter of ego. I mean, that cop, he was all tizzied up and flared up because, he's a cop. He's working a hectic job. whatever. He sees things the way he sees it. He wants to give me a command. And, I was confused. He was the one confusing the situation. It's like, there didn't seem to be anything going on, yet he's blocking the bike lane. And why would I go in the midst of that? You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather sit back, wait for the light to change, then proceed. But he's telling me, no, get over here, get in front of me, get right in the middle of it. It's like, dude, you're confusing. You're confusing me. Doesn't make any sense. And I'm not in your regiment. I'm not in your fucking regiment, buddy. You don't give me orders, right? I'm a tax-paying citizen. If I did something or if there's a situation, yeah, but I don't just hop over here, right? I didn't do that. I didn't give him the finger, but, And then that lady blocking the bike lane and her crazy ego as if she had a right to just be stomping on towards me. It's like, I could probably run her over and have a case in court where it's like, officer or your honor, I don't know what the fuck. She was in the bike lane. I mean, I don't know. She just came out of nowhere. Clotheslined her on my bike. It was an accident. I mean, what was I supposed to do? She was in the bike lane. I was on a bike. I mean, you gotta be pretty stupid to walk into oncoming traffic on a bike lane, right? It's not my fault I, clotheslined her as I went by, right? That's how crazy people are, It's like, that's the risk you run when you fight back against ego, right? When you're met with a crazy ego and then you blast back with another crazy ego, that's just a mixture or a recipe for disaster. Two flaring egos. So, what I think I should have done was, what I'm gonna do in the future, if like a cop asks me something and I'm confused, I'm just gonna be like, no problem, officer. What are you asking of me? Just to clarify. Because what happened with me was he gave me an order. It was confusing. He's the one causing the confusion. I mean, he's parked in a bike lane like an idiot. There's no, it's like there's no rhyme or reason. There's no obvious reason why he's parked there. There was nobody there but him parked in the bike lane. Him and his partner. So it's like, it was just confusing. And, he's giving me orders and shit, and it was just confusing. So in the future, what I will say is, yeah, excuse me, officer, no problem. What are you asking of me? How can I help? What are you asking of me? Because I was just confused. I don't know what the hell he's doing, what he wants. And, he's barking orders at me. It's annoying. And that's the whole thing a lot of times with the whole, defund the police thing. It's like, my personal outlook is like, I respect police, don't particularly like the police. That's my standpoint. I respect police, but I don't particularly like them. Police only exist because society is full of fucked up people and we need protection. Who you gonna call when somebody tries to rob you or somebody tries to, assault you? You gotta call the cops. You need some backup, right? And cops, they're authority. And if you value your freedom and your autonomy and your, personhood, hey, you, get off my cloud. You don't know me. You don't know my style. I don't want no fucking overlord. Somebody watching me, big brother, the state, the long arm of the law. Like who likes to be monitored? They're like a necessary evil. I respect police, don't particularly like them. I put them in the same category as like a teacher, a principal, Anybody who's like, upper management, anybody with a clipboard and a fucking pencil taking notes and, a traffic guard, a parking cop, like bureaucracy and blah, 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 that's all, folks. Like, fuck off. No, I don't like cops. Come on. But I respect them. I respect what they do. They got a chaotic job. And if it goes into the whole thing of like defund the cops, man, that is basically saying to society, okay, let the worst run amok. Because the crazy shit I'm talking about, dealing with those cops and their ego, like with that cop and the bicycle situation and his crazy ego and who knows what's going on, and he's barking orders and he's blocking traffic, like whatever. And with that crazy woman stomping on along in the bike lane with her crazy ego, that's mild. That's like a 0 on a scale of, nothing to crazy. That's like a 0. It's like you see the crazy egos that are in society these days. Mass shooters, violent offenders, drug addicts roaming around with their crazy nonsense. It's out of control. It's wackadoo a lot of times. And, like I live in downtown Toronto. Just the other day, there seems to be drug activity in my building, in the building I live in. And when I say drug activity, I don't know. Some people are heavily into drugs. Either they're doing it or selling it or whatever. And from time to time, you come home and you got like these drug addicts just like loitering in the building lobby. You got $1? Got $1? Can you let me in? Can you buzz me in? Can you buzz me to this floor? Can you buzz me to that floor? They want you to buzz them in with the fob. Like the swipe pass, the fob. These crazy drug addicts. And their egos are so nuts where they'll just walk up to you, a complete stranger, and they need you to do this and they need you to do that. Buzz them in, let them in. And if you say, sorry, no, I can't let you in. You don't live here. I don't know you. Like, why are you bothering me? Like, you're like a random stranger. Like, you're in my space. You're in my orbit. And you're asking me to buzz you in and do this for you and do that for you. Like, just take a step back and chill. Like, leave me alone. No. You don't live here. Whoever you're here to visit, just call them and they'll let you in or whatever. That's like the logical thing. It's like logic, right? You don't know me. I don't owe you anything. Why are you bothering me? Why are you talking to me? Like I'm a complete stranger to you? It's pretty logical that a complete stranger has nothing to do with you, right? Pretty simple logic. We're strangers. What do I have to do with you? Leave me alone. Not to the drug addict. Fuck you! Fuck you! Let me in! Let me in! Big problem. Now you're in the middle of a confrontation because you didn't buzz the person in. Or you looked at the person the wrong way on the street. Or, hey, I don't know, whatever fucking crazy reason that these mental patients need. To shoot a random stranger, to rob, assault, rape, murder. So that's where it's leading to. If there is a defund the police movement. This has been an ongoing discussion last few years. And I guess that incident with the cop on bike got me thinking about that. In the incident with that fucking, there was like some drug addict bothering me to let him in to the building I live in. He wanted me to swipe him to a floor with my swipe key, freaking out at me, yelling at me. And it's just like a complete stranger. And, it's a necessary evil. It's a necessary thing, policemen and the police work. Respect the cops. I respect them. They got a tough job. I don't particularly like them just because I don't like authorities. I don't like to be monitored. I'm a law-abiding, free citizen. I'm a law-abiding, free citizen. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't like cops. I mean, come on. Somebody watching you, monitoring you. But they're necessary. Very necessary. So, that's some food for thought. What's your opinion? Hit me up, jr.thepodcast at gmail.com. Is this hitting home with you? Any of this resonating with you? Like, have you had that situation where it's like, it's like, in my situation, it's like, I'm talking about the bike cop. It's like, man, you're acting like a dick. And I know it ain't nothing personal, but, you're a little stressed out, and I don't know, maybe he's having a brain fart, but it's like, dude, you're the one. Hey, dude, it's like, you're acting like an idiot, flat out. I mean, the only reason why there's a saving grace is because you're a cop. You're a cop and you're on police business, but take that away, anyone can see you're in the wrong. You're blocking a bike lane for no apparent reason. And it's not obvious what you want the traffic to do, because we're looking at you as, okay, well, there's a cop. Something must be going on. Why is he in the middle of the bike lane? For no reason. I guess I should stop. Oh, no, I was wrong. I should have got in front of him, right into his business, right into his space where he is, according to him, and he's freaking out. No, get over here, ordering me around and shit. Buddy, fuck off. I pay my taxes, buddy. Pipe down. It's so easy to take a dislike to police work, policemen, but they're such a necessary evil. I mean, I don't know if they're evil, but they claim to be good and righteous, but I mean, I will give them this. They are at least one step above a politician. Because, a politician claims to be for the people and loving and this and that. Most politicians are complete cynical, self-minded, self-motivated, right? Whereas with a policeman, yeah, there's a lot of that cynical, power-tripping bullshit. But there's an extra element of danger. They put their money where their mouth is. They're to serve and protect. They put a lot on the line every day to go out and serve the public. And a lot of them do. And, it's a petty grievance that sometimes they are human and they make mistakes, and they can be clunky and uncommunicative. Sometimes they lack the communication skills, just like a normal person. It's like they don't express themselves, and then it's taken the wrong way. Right? So, but, I personally think we need cops. And, I don't know. We need cops. They need to have a certain respect, but they can always do with a little customer service. They can always do with a little bit more customer training, dealing with people. Because they're human. And a lot of times they just got their egos and they're nuts. And they're taken the wrong way. Again, hit me up. jr.thepodcast at gmail.com. What are your thoughts? In the future, maybe I'll do a more targeted, more in-depth sort of police talk. That's kind of where I sit. I respect cops. I believe we need cops. Basically, I don't like them, though. A lot of them are just ego-tripping pricks. And I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't want to be monitored. We have policemen. The only reason why police exist is because there are bad guys out there. If people weren't so shitty, there would be no need for policemen. But unfortunately, as it sits, we lived in a very fucked up world. So their service is definitely appreciated and respected from me. Even though don't like talking to them at all, but very much respected. Yes.